Thank you, replay viewers, for being here, and thank you, catch viewers, as well. I appreciate you coming on in. Catch viewers, if you would like to watch on Periscope Live, download the Periscope app and then search for Penguin and Fish. I'm here pretty much every night at 9:30 p.m. Central, and I'd love to have you come chat with us here. Thanks, I see you guys popping in. I am going to flip you around. It is New Black Day, which is awesome. Okay, flipping around. Hey there, hello, happy Sunday all. Look, I got the short sleeves on again. Oh, it was 80 plus today. It was wonderful. I actually spent some time just sitting in the grass today. It was nice. All right, guys, we are going to work on block 19. It's the new block for the day. It is Measure Twice, Cut Once by Jane Davidson, and Jane Davidson is one of the people who started the Splendid Sampler along with Pat Sloan. So this is one of the originators of block, so I'm kind of excited about it. It's super cute, and I'm gonna use some of the cute fabric that I have. I don't have a lot of cutesy fabric. I mean, I guess it kind of is. I just don't have any like super floral or super, you know, blatantly cute and blatantly girly kind of fabrics, and I did put just this one kind of one in, and I'm feeling it tonight. I'm going to use it again. I used it for the last block for the little flowers in the basket, the flower basket block, and I'm going to use it again. I'm pretty excited about it for some reason. I have no idea why. I just think it fits, and I'm going to use it. If you guys are new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we create lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well. I'm actually just getting started on the next collection, and once I got some things going on for that, I'll give you guys some sneak peeks on that. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm excited about the topic. I gotta see what I come up with yet. You know, it's brewing. I gotta put pen to paper now, but I'm excited about it. And all right, guys, we are starting block 19. I'm gonna flip you guys around. Wow, I'm like super warm. It is full on. I would call this a summer day. It's kind of awesome. I'm super excited. All right, let me know what you guys are working on tonight. I'm gonna flip you around and we will get going. Okay, here is my new block. Ooh, storms here in Texas. Ooh, you know, it felt stormy all day today. There's been a breeze with all this warm weather. It's just been breezy. You know, like we're gonna get like that huge storm, but then we're not. Yep, we are on number 19. Oh, Janelle, you are embroidering already. Wow, that's pretty dang awesome. So here it is. It is this cute. Well, here, let's look at this instead. It has a little. Here's the embroidered little block. It is this cute little ruler. So here it is. This is my ruler. So it's as if you put a ruler across, bent it down, bent it over, and then bent it down again. So that's kind of our little block here. So this ruler is my ruler that I've had in my little go-to craft bin forever and ever. So I thought I'd use kind of this as my model. So I'm going with the blues, which is awesome because I'm having like this blue look in my quilt overall. Yeah, this is in inches, if that's your question. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if this is actual inches. It sure is. It's pretty close at least. Oh man, that makes me wonder. I wonder if my printouts are too small. My printout might be a hair small here, guys. It shouldn't be, though. I didn't reduce the size or anything, but you know what? It's close enough. For our purposes, I think it'll be just fine. Okay, so here we are. I am considering changing this design a hair, which I really don't want to do, but I think I might anyway. I think I'm going to extend this piece all the way instead of having it stop here with another little end. So, you know, so like the ruler has like this little metallic clip in the front, and that is kind of this part right here, right? And then it goes down, and this will be skinnier because of the seam allowance. Once we sew it all in, it'll be the same size as this. Then it goes this way, and you know, in my head, it would keep going down like off the block. You know what I mean? Because I got this long, 60-inch thing here. I kind of want it to extend as if we started it here and then kind of kept going. So I think I'm going to have this whole entire thing the same color, the same fabric. So I'm going to make a little adjustment. I don't know why I want to do that. I think it's just because I'm basing it off of my ruler that I already have, and in my brain it's a long ruler that keeps extending. So I don't know, we're going to try it. We'll play with that. But here are the fabrics that I'm thinking. So here's that really florally cutesy fabric, and I used this for the last block as well. I'm thinking this will be my blue ruler. You think the numbers on the bottom are backwards? Oh, are they really? Oh, they totally are. You're right. So here, that is interesting too. Yeah, because it would be like 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch would probably be stuck here. Or no, like 5 inch would probably be here, which would be here. This would probably be 6 inch. Then this would probably be 7, 8, 9, 10, wouldn't it? Let's just do that. I'm going to just make reminders for me. 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, you know what? Let's actually measure to make sure that that's what it would be. So it would be here, and then we'd flip it down. And oh yeah, you know what? The numbers would be upside down too. So, it would start on 7, but it would be upside down, you're right. So, you know what? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna bother me or not. I don't know. Let's think. I think I might do the 7, 8, 9, 10 just because. You're gonna embroider it correct, Pax? Okay, I might too, but in theory, this would be all upside down, so it would be like this. It would be 7, 8, 9, 10, but I don't know if I want to do that. That might be a little too weird. Sleep on it. Probably won't get to that today. Yeah, you're right, Janelle. I definitely will not get to that today. We're gonna start cutting. But yeah, you're right. Oh, that's so funny. I didn't notice that before. You're gonna just do it upside down? Oh, funny. I'll have to check yours when you're done, Pax, just to see what that looks like. But I think I am gonna make this the one fabric. So here's what I got for fabric. So the background is gonna be this fun floral, and then the ruler is gonna be this blue, just so it goes with my blue ruler. It's almost the same color. And instead of having the little gold tip, I thought this would I have a gold fabric, but I thought it'd blend in too much with the background, so I'm going with like a darker fabric, just so it pops a little bit. And then for the secondary fabric that, is the back, so like when you bend it, whatever this fabric is, I'm going to use this. So it's just a slightly darker color than this. So this is kind of the effect that we'll get. So this is the plan, guys, and this is a scrap that I have left over. I tried to look for scraps for these other things, but I didn't have enough. But this I will use as a scrap. And I'm only going to need that one piece here now because I'm not going to do this other piece here. So let's look at the cutting instructions and get going on this. I'm going to use my Flatter by Soak, my starch. This is the fig flavor, which I'm really liking. Oh, look, I've used like this much of it already. That's kind of funny. I've just started using it for the Splendid Sampler just a couple blocks ago, really. I've never used starch before on anything. So, all right, let's look at our cutting. So we got fabric A, that's our background. So that's this. And let's see. Now we don't need this little piece for it anymore because that we aren't going to do. That's where we're going to extend the blue. So let's see. I believe that's the 1.5 or the 1 inch by 1.5 piece because from fabric B it says cut 2 of those. So that would be this piece, the little metal end. Cut 2 of those, but we're only going to cut 1. So we're going to just say 1. and this one we're not gonna do. All right, so what else do we need of the yellow? So, or of the background color. Let's see if anything matches anywhere else. All right, so here we have a 1.5 by 5.5, and here we have a 1.5 by 5.5, so we can cut those two together. Okay, 1.5 by 5, those aren't anywhere else. 1.5 by 2.5, those aren't anywhere else either. So we're kind of cutting all the pieces individually on this one, I think it looks like, except for this one. So, all right, that just means we'll be cutting for a little while, I suppose. So I'm gonna spray down the fabric and press it, and we will get going right away here. I guess this isn't really right away, but we'll get started right now. How about that? Okay, here is that. Let's just start with our little pieces here. Get those out of the way. I like this fabric too. This little pixely fabric's pretty fun. We'll for sure get this all cut tonight, and then we'll probably work on the sewing part tomorrow. I think you know what, I might just cut this right away. Actually, I don't think it's quite dry. I don't think my iron's warm all the way yet. But yeah, actually by getting rid of those extra two little pieces in the bottom, it'll make our sewing a little easier because we'll have less to kind of piece together. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this right away. We need, this is fabric B, we need a 1 inch by 1.5 inch rectangle. I'm gonna just get my itty bitty guy here, and we're gonna cut it with this. Let's get some of this color in though, because that's kind of fun. So, you know, this might actually be square still. Yeah, I'm calling that square. So we'll just go here, and we need, what was it again? It was 1 by 1.5. So we can go like this, 1 by 1.5. Wow, that is a small piece. I forget how small these pieces are. You know, in the picture, it seems fine. Oh, was this my square edge? Yeah, it's good enough. You know, you see it in the block in the picture, and you're like, oh, that seems manageable or whatever. But then when you see it in the flesh, it's like, oh yeah, we are doing teeny tiny blocks. All right, there we are. Here is my little nubbin edge. So we're done with that scrap. Let's set that aside. Okay, getting things out of the way as we go. So what is the next? This color seems to be the least amount next. Oh, so fabric C is where we needed something with that. So let's do the D's first. Okay, but this is what we're changing a little bit. So D, we wanted to cut 2 1.5 by 2 inch triangles, or rectangles, but we're gonna add more onto this though. I'm gonna just cut a strip, I think, that's 1.5 inches wide, and I'm just not gonna measure this. We're gonna just let it be a strip until we need to trim it off. I think we're just gonna do that so I don't have to do any math tonight. So we're gonna do just a 1.5 inch strip, and then I'll cross cut this 2.5 inches, and then this one we'll just leave it at like 4 inches or so. So all right, let's do that. That will be this fabric here. Oh look, it looks like we have, oh, this might be just perfect right here. Yep, we're gonna use that little kind of scrappy end on this. Perfect. I love when we can use up all those little chunks that I've been cutting all oddly. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Spraying that down with my starch. Hear that little sizzle. Alrighty. Again, let's see, what was this again? Okay, 1.5 inch strip I'm gonna cut out of here. So let's do that right away. I'm feeling like getting the fabric out of the way as I go tonight. Too much lying around. Okay, let's make sure we got a straight edge here first. Get this stuff all flattened. There we go. Okay, let's get our ruler. I think I might The 6-inch ruler might be too short for this. I'm going to use my long one. Okay. Let's get a nice straight edge here. I kind of want to line, you know, I got this pattern in here and I kind of want to line that up. So I'm going to line my 1/4 inch. I'm just going to line with this like little pointy edge here. And that's going to give me kind of a square edge. Actually, I can go in a little further, it looks like. We'll go right through the center. Then we lose it up there. I think we'll be fine. There. Now it'll kind of be square to the pattern, I think. There we go. All right. And then get a half. Oh, wait. What did we need again? We needed 1.5 inches. Let's go this way where it adds the half for me already. 1.5 inches. There we are. Man, it's been so long since I've been able to go outside and just be out in the sun for like a period of time. Man, that kind of wiped me out today. I'm like super dragging right now. Like I feel like I have to think of things in my brain and then form that into words and then keep going. It's just so odd. All right, done with that fabric. How come you cut on the right? I don't. I cut on the left, but this was just to measure. Oh wait, I do cut on the right. Well, I don't know, because I'm right-handed, I guess. I don't know. I was using this ruler to measure it up, and then you butt it up against there. I don't know why you do that. It's kind of like a, I don't know. My mom taught me that for quilting. I'm not going to do it here. I'm just going to get that one nice square edge. It's easy. I mean, you do that, I guess, if you have to cut a bunch of strips. Then you have like your whole fabric laid out there, and then you can just keep measuring the 2 inches, cutting, and then measure again, and then cut and measure again. Because then you can have, you know, you can have just your straight edge and then the ruler that keeps measuring. I don't know. Maybe that sounds all right. I'm not quite sure why. All right, so this needs to be 2.5 inches. I cut on the other side, just curious. Oh, that's interesting. No, I don't know. I guess I haven't tried cutting on the other side before. 1, 2, 2.5. All right. I never used that method of cutting where you put the two rulers together. You know, I'd have to look into. I would have to look up like some reasoning behind that method. Well, yeah, I'm cutting on the right side because I'm right-handed. Because you know you want to push up against that ruler. I mean, it would be kind of dangerous, I think, if I did it this way. So I don't know. So I mean, like for the 2 rulers, I guess I would have to look up the reasoning, but I don't know. I guess I just learned that way. You know, then you can measure, you know, line it all up, get it down, and, you know, just keep scooting overhead, I guess. I don't know. I guess it has its place. I'm gonna look that up. I don't quite know the exact, I mean, I know there's a reason for that. I just can't think of it right now. I'll have to ask my mom again. She'll know. I'll be seeing her in a couple days. I'm gonna be visiting. I'm gonna be out of town coming up on Wednesday here, but I'm gonna do some night scopes from my parents' house. I always start on the left side of the fabric and work towards the right. Oh, so I do usually do that when I'm doing these smaller pieces, but I kind of have a limited amount of space here, so I'm doing just the right cut to get it, you know, just going, so I can kind of stay in this area instead of moving over, I guess. Because, oh, I know why, because I need to make that straight edge first. So I could make that straight edge first and then flip it all around and then cut all my pieces without using the double ruler. But if I want to make that straight edge, since I'm right-handed, if I want to make that straight edge here, to keep going, I would have to measure with a different ruler and put it up against. After I do my straight edge, if I flip it around, then I can do it with just the one ruler. But you know, I have to get that straight edge first, and I can't do that on my left side because I'm not left-handed. I could go around and kind of do it this way maybe. That might actually work, and then I can just use that one ruler. That might make sense actually. I don't know. I'll have to try that sometime. But I do have kind of a limited space here, so I think that's kind of why I'm just cutting here and then doing what I can to just stay within this space as best I can. All right. So we got our two part Ds, which are this rectangle. I just left it long, so I'm hoping we have enough. You know, so this is this piece, and then this piece I'm hoping is long enough. If not, I'm going to have to cut another piece to add to it, but we'll see when I get that far. If I have to cut a new piece towards the end, that's okay. We won't need it till right here, really. Quilting Philosophy 101, yep. All right, we need all of fabric C yet and all of fabric A. Let's do C. Let's get C done and over with. All right, we need a 1.5 inch strip again, cut at 5.5 inches and 5 inches. So I was gonna cut this piece with this other piece here, but instead I might just cut one long piece of this and cross cut it, just this one, and then be done. Although here it has a whole pile of 1.5 inch things. So I suppose I still could layer it. Okay, I'm just gonna still layer it. This we need like 10.5 inches. This, you know, we're at 13 inches here. 14, 15, 16, 17 and a half, 18, 19. So we need about 19 inches of fabric A if we're going to do a strip. So I don't know. I just trying to decide. I think I might we're going to just cut separately. I'm too tired to figure out the layering and all that. Let's just cut things individually tonight. It's kind of one of those evenings. I actually might cut two next to each other because this piece isn't all that big. Yeah, 5 and 5.5. I mean, I might just cut, I think I'm going to just cut two strips off the end here. Yeah, it's just kind of like this little, I don't know, this is like 1/8 of a quarter yard, not a fat quarter though, so I don't know. Is that your ruler fabric? Yep, this is going to be my ruler. It matches my little ruler here. Little blue ruler. It'll be kind of fun to have a blue ruler. It kind of fits with the rest of my collection, or not collection, the rest of my quilt. The rest of my blocks, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm using a lot of blues in my fabric, so it kind of makes sense that, oh, we'll have a blue ruler. So here I have the selvage. I need to cut all that off first. And while I cut that off, I'm going to try and square up the pattern again. Oh, you have a purple ruler. Oh, that's so cute. That sounds really cute, Pax. All right, so I'm going to square up. So this is why the two rulers at this point. I mean, here, I'll do it with one ruler, and I'll show you what that would be like. So now to do it with the one ruler, oh, you're making the traditional yellow. Oh, that's fun. So see, now here, I can't just do the left. I would have to flip this. So to square it, I need to be on my right side because I'm right-handed. But to do it without the double ruler, I would have to flip it all the way around. And sometimes that is not, you know, very easy depending on how large of a piece of fabric I'm using. So I'm going to just cut two 1.5 inch strips from here. And then we'll cross cut them to the right, to the correct one. That is not one. Wait, one. No, this is 1.5. Whew, jeez. Let's actually look. You know, measure twice, cut once is the name of the game. So let's actually do that. How about that? Okay, this is where the C. Okay, yeah, so these are 1.5 inch strips. Great. So yeah, so this is going to be easier to just cut these strips. However, I did still have to flip my fabric around, and just sometimes you just don't want to do that. But you know, with these small pieces, it's easy. Oof, I'm sliding a little bit there. Let's make sure we cut that side. Another 1.5. I'm not used to using this ruler for these little pieces. I am not sure I cut through that fabric. Okay, there we are. Good. All right. I think these sides are a little more square, these sides, so let's trim off those to be square first, and then we'll measure our pieces from there. Okay, lining the bottom with all the same points there. All right. Now one of these has to be 1.5 inches by 5 inches, and one has to be 1.5 by 5.5. So let's do them separately. Let's call this one, so here now we can flip it this way. Got a little fuzzle there. This one will be the 5 inch one, and the other one will do the 5.5. So 5 inches, just checking. All right, don't need that scrap. All right, that guy's ready, and this one we will do the 5.5. Okay, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Yep, that looks good. Zoop. All right, another little scrap that we'll use later for something. All right, now this is starting to come together a little bit. This one, the 5.5 one, looks like it's the lower one, although I'm not positive. I'm sure it'll tell me soon. Then this guy goes here. We'll have this long piece down here, and this piece will be here. Like this. There we go. That looks better. All right, so we just need the last little fabric. I think this will be enough, hopefully. We'll see soon. Okay, done with all of these strips. I like the blues, though. I think these blues are all going to work together really well. You know, this is just slightly darker, and that kind of pops. I think it's going to be fun. An all blue ruler, and I'll probably do black text on it, kind of like this. I'm probably just going to stick with kind of what my deal looks like here. All right, last bit of fabric. All right, this one we need a whole pile of stuff from. So let's look at this. So we don't need this bottom rectangle because that's this little bit down here that I'm not going to do. All right, so we need 3 1.5 inch squares. Okay, so these are all 1.5 inch wide, and then we have like one thing that's 2.5 inch wide. But this is, we could cut like a longer 5.5 inch strip and then cross cut it into these, or we could do it like a big old 1.5 inch strip. Let's see how much, if we did that, how much would we need? We'd need, this was the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and a half. We would need 16.5 inches. I wonder if we have, I wonder if this is fat quarter-esque yet. Like if we could get, well, let's see what this cut is here. I would like to use edges that we're already using, ideally. This is 12, well, this will get about 11 inches, and then we can get 14. I'm not quite sure what to do. I think let's just start cutting, I suppose. Oh, what's this edge here? Oh, this might get us enough here. Let's do this edge and see what we get. We'll do a 1.5 inch strip all the way here and then cross cut it and then see what else we need to cut. I think that sounds good. Let's only figure out one little thing at a time. All right. Let's spray this down. This does definitely need some spraying. And this is a little lighter fabric than the other stuff, I think, too. So we'll definitely want the starch on this just to kind of even it out, I think. I don't know, I'm using this starch an awful lot now. I've never used starch before the Splendid Sampler here. I don't know. I might be going through bottles of starch now. I do think it has helped with a lot of these smaller pieces and these small blocks. I'm not sure I would use it for, like, if I were just doing a big block or if I had to do something that I didn't really need to be precise with. But yeah, for all these little ones, it's nice. My stuff is so starched, I can practically stand on its own. That's funny, Janelle. Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess I'm not. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I don't know really how much I should be spraying this or not. I suppose I could do it more, really, if I wanted to give it some more body. All right, I'm gonna just get a nice edge here, and then I will. Oops, you guys can't see. There we go. I'll get a nice edge, and then we will cut our 1 inch strip. And I am going to do the thing where I line it up and then use the double ruler just because I don't want to move this cut after I do it, because I'll have a nice straight edge after this, and if I move it around, the edge will wiggle, and that's, you know, so in this case, I'll want to stay on this side and use the double ruler. There we are. Cutting a little longer edge than usual. This might not be the best way of doing little short edges because it can stretch. So it might be better to do like a couple 1 inch, 1.5 inch things next to each other, just so I'm not having one, you know, long thing that could potentially bend. And so I don't know. This probably, the quilt police would probably not be happy with this way of cutting 1 inch strips, but I think it'll work just fine. 1.5. I'm not used to using this, measuring with this ruler though. It's freaking me out a little bit. Okay, plop that right against. So again, I'm using the two rulers because I don't want to move. I don't really want to move this strip that I cut. I hear sirens. Watch out! I know, right? The quilt police are on their way. You guys will stop them for me, right? All right, let's do our, oh man. Now I'm paranoid. Was that 1.5 inches, guys? Measure twice, cut once. All right, yeah, that was, we're fine. Freaked out for a second. Luckily, I have those little rubbers on the bottom of these rulers now, so that's helping me a lot with cutting straight strips. No freaking out, the quilt police scare me. You're on your own. Oh no! You won't save me, Diane. Oh, that's sad. Okay. You would leave me all alone with the quilt police. We're gonna all be quilt police when we're done here. We could go head to head with the quilt police with all the stuff we're learning. No joking, you'll save me. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Diane. I was sad. You would leave me with them. Okay, here we are. What do we need to cut out of this strip? A whole pile of stuff. Let's start with the big ones first. So we need a 6.5 and a 5.5. Let's start there. I'm gonna straight up use the length of this ruler. This is a 6.5 inch ruler. Let's do that for the 6.5. All right, that is our 6.5. Let's do our 5.5. I believe it's 5.5. Yep, 5.5. 5.5. Okay. All right, and what else do we need? We need, so this 2.5 one we'll do later. Oh, we just need 3 1.5-inch squares. Ooh, it might be cutting it close. I don't know if we're gonna get 3 out of here. So we'll have to cut one tiny square yet, I think, maybe. We might make it. It'll be close. Okay, 1. I don't think we made it. Boo. Although I think we are just doing a half square triangle out of it, so we might have enough for that. Should we just see if we can, like, make this a crazy half square triangle? Let's see. I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. This is probably super, this is a big no-no, but let's see if it would work. I think we might give it a try. We're gonna do it. Just because. See if we can, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pretend this is a square, people. That is our pretend square. Waste not, want not. There you go, Kathy. Yay, we are totally gonna make that function for us. All right, because these are all half square triangles, so we only need, you know, a triangle part of that, right? So that's it. We're gonna cut that stuff away anyway. So, all right. We still need this piece. So this is a 2.5 by 5.5 inch piece, and then that's it for cutting, I believe. So let's just get these guys out of the way. So 2.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So here is our fabric. Let's see if there's any obvious place here. Like maybe over here seems like a good. We got a good weird chunk going here. So I think I'm gonna spray that down again because I didn't get that area the first time. Although right here we have this weird cut. We could cut it from here to, I think we're gonna go with this weird chunky area up here. I need to spray it though again, that little area. 2 inches, 2.5 inches by 5.5. This fig flatter starch is whenever I open my fabric bin, a lot of the fabric has this sprayed onto it now, so whenever I open my fabric bin for this project, I get all that fig smell, and it's so yummy. I like it. This is so cute. I love this fabric. It is just sweet. I think this might be Heather Ross fabric. Do you guys recognize it? I think it might be. So, I mean, you guys can let me know if I'm right on that or not. I think it might be some Heather Ross fabric, and I'm kind of in love with her. Must be tired. I'm so confused by the sewing instructions. Oh no! That's the time when take a break and come back later for sure, Pax. All right, I gotta, you know, I mean, like, I'm kind of out of it too. I mean, I've you know, the whole measure twice, cut once. I've been looking at it. I have to keep checking back every 2 seconds because I'm like, oh, was it 2 inches or 2.5? Oh, you think it's Heather Ross? I think it might be 2. I can't quite remember. I know I have a few of her little pieces, and ugh, she's one of my favorites. 2.5 by 5.5. Okay, 2.5 by 5.5. Let's just get a little edge here. 5.5 would be all the way down here yet. And by 2.5. All right, so now I'm gonna flip this around since I got a square edge there. Got all these funny little ends. We'll trim those off. Okay, 2.5, 5.5. Two and a half, 5.5. Okay, so 2.5 is this way. 5.5. I think that looks right. Let's do it. All right. see, I think that is it for cutting. Let's just kind of lay it out here again. I think that's kind of helpful for me, at least, to lay it all out. Okay, this goes up there. So this will be that piece that's here somehow. And again, I'm not quite sure. Oh, I guess I can read, right? Okay, so the 6.5 one is the one on top. So, okay, the longer one is on top. The shorter one is down here. Oh, I think, look, this is going to be just enough, I think. Perfect. It's going to be more than enough because we'll lose another seam allowance on there. So we'll have more than enough here. Let me just angle you guys a little bit more there. Okay, and what else do we got? So this will be a triangle there. The 5, okay, this is confusing. So the 5.5, wait a sec. No, the longer one's down here. Ah, all these different pieces. Okay, the 6.5 one is up here. So that's the longer one of these. I should just go in order from top to bottom, I think. Oh, 6.5. So that's the size of our block. So this is a good measurement tool right here. This is the 6.5. Then it's the 5-inch one, which is the shorter of the blue. Okay. And this guy goes on the end there. And then this guy goes here. I'm going to spread things out a little bit. Then the 5.5 inch, this one goes here. We got a corner here. And a corner here. Oh man, I'm confusing myself. Okay, like this. So this is it kind of right here. This is a straight edge here, and then this is kind of the straight edge here once all the seam allowances go together. But ooh, I'm liking this blue against this. It pops way more than I thought it would. Ugh, it's gonna be kind of funny and cute and sweet with this sweet little pattern behind it. So all right, let's see if we can sew some stuff tonight yet. Let's try and get these triangles sewn. So let's see, we got an A and a D. The D are these guys here. So this one needs to go this way, and this one needs to go this way. That's what we got to do here. So let's take care of that. And then we have oh, which one is this? Oh, it's our C piece. Oh, it's the only C piece that gets a corner. So that is the lower one. So we can do all 3 corners at once. Let's do that. Okay, and I'm guessing we just sew corner to corner, but maybe I should read the instructions. How about that? Draw a diagonal line wrong side of 2 fabric A, blah, blah, blah pieces. Place the fabric, squares right side together. On the top edge of the fabric, D rectangles, note the direction of the diagonal line. Sew on the line. Okay, I made that mistake yesterday, so I just wanted to make sure. So we're gonna sew on the line this time. So I suppose we should actually draw that line too, but we'll do that over by the sewing machine here. All right, so you know what? I did not change my 1/4 inch here yet, and I haven't retaped it either. So we're gonna deal with that. I think we can manage. Okay, so here is. I just have to know which one goes which way. So let's just peek at this while we're doing it. I'm gonna scoot you guys this way so we can peek. So the short one goes on this diagonal. Let's do that one first. And I think I'll just draw the diagonal right here. I need my pencil and a little straight edge. Okay, that looks good. Now, I don't always do this drawing the line thing, but in this case, I don't know. It's one of those nights that I think I need to do it after 11. Oh, see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming in. All right, here's that tricky one that we fake did our square. So we got to do this one a little differently. And this one angles up this way. So here, this looks good. We have enough edge that we can figure this out. I didn't change the needle either. I didn't do any of the things that I said I was gonna do for tonight. So I gotta do it tomorrow yet, but nope, no new needle yet either. And I definitely wanna, I wanna remedy that. But I just did not get to it today. I just hung outside too much instead. I figured that was all right. All right, let's do this guy first. Let's just double check. So this one's folding this way. That's right. And this one's folding that way. Okay, that's right too. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna start here instead of the corner because the corner is what likes to push down into the machine. Here we have a little bit more body with this piece here. So just right on the line this time. Ooh, let's get the stiletto out. I'm gonna need help from that guy. There we go. Yep, right sides together. I think this is the right side. Yeah. Yeah, on this white, or this flower one, you can kind of see a lot of the fabric, a lot of the color through, so it might not look like it's right sides together, but it is. See? All right, let's do this one this way. Okay. Get in there. All right, that looks good. All right, now let's get that other one in right away. This piece here, and this one needs to go like that. So let's draw the line on there too. Where'd my ruler go? Here we are. Oh, this one you have to keep more track of than I thought I was gonna have to, because all the pieces are a different size, but just barely. So I have to make sure that I'm sewing on the right piece and everything. So if you're working on this block, make sure you're working with the right pieces. I've seen people buying laser to attach the machine to give you a line to sew on. You know, I've heard of that as well. So apparently you can hook, there's like some doohickey or something where you can hook a laser and it'll show a laser at, like, I don't know, down the center or your scant quarter or something. You know what? Maybe I'll look into that just to see what it's all about. That would be kind of interesting. That'd be a fun little doohickey to play with. Harbor Freight, it's only about $5? Huh. I'm going to write down my pattern here. Laser Harbor Freight. Where would one get that? I'm gonna go to Amazon and just type it into Amazon and then see if it exists there. That's my plan. I have no idea. But I've been hearing about it lately. A few people doing it. Oh, Harbor Freight. Oh, that's the name of the place. Okay, so Harbor Freight. So I will look at Harbor Freight. Oh, it's a hardware store. Oh, and it's on Amazon too. Okay, I'll probably look. I'll look at both places, but we'll give it a look. See. You know, I've been purchasing the gadgets for this. I need a scissors for this Splendid Sampler, you know, endeavor. Just testing. You know, you guys have suggested some things, and I'm you know, willing to give things a try and look into it. More on Amazon, but includes shipping. Oh yeah, see, that's always the thing. I'll look at both places. All right, there we are. So, ooh, I'm a little off on these, but we're gonna be fine. So I'm gonna press these first, and then, wow, that is really cheap. So you can buy little tiny lasers for like $6 or $5. That's fascinating to me. That'd be worth trying it, you know? That's pretty dang cheap. It has been kind of fun using the gadgets. I don't know if I'll be sold on all of them yet. You know, we have that scant quarter in, or not the, yeah, we have that add a quarter ruler I don't know about that one yet, but we haven't given it a try yet. We haven't had a chance to try a paper piece project with that yet since I've gotten that. Then we'll decide if that was good or not. We'll give it a try. It might be my most favorite thing in the whole world. I don't know. Use it to trim these seams. Oh, the laser? Oh, use it to trim these seams. I'm not sure that's how it works, though. Because it's meant when you fold the paper, it bumps up the quarter. It bumps up against it has a lip and it bumps up against the paper. I think that's the whole deal with the add a quarter ruler, is that whole bumping against the paper thing. I don't think it's for like this sort of stuff. All right, one more and we'll snip. It will bump, faints the thread seam. You'll love the add a quarter ruler. Okay, we're gonna see. You know, I probably will. I have really enjoyed paper piecing. I'm kind of a recent. I've done one paper piece thing before, and then this past couple months I've done a few projects paper piece, and you know, I totally really like it. Woo, that is hot on the fingers. You don't even need to think about it. Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a try. That's true, I suppose, because I won't have to, this one I didn't sew all that well, this angle here, but I won't have to look at that quarter. So yeah, that would make sense. That would make it go faster. I can see that. Well, next time we have a paper piece project come up, I will definitely use it. We will give it a little test. Okay, so I'm gonna just snip these. I can't just butt it up against here because I'll cut off my edge here. So I'm just gonna, I don't want to get it out now anyway. I owned the ruler but didn't realize it was for paper piecing. Oh, that's interesting. So did you just use it for like things like this, just to add a little 1/4 inch? I don't really care about my seam allowances there. I'm just gonna trim them. I suppose I should have maybe double checked against the whole piece that I put them in the right place first. Actually, now I'm super paranoid. Okay, because I'm cutting it already. But, oh well, I guess, oh, it just went in the drawer. Oh no. Well, you'll have to break it out again for the paper piecing when we have another paper piecing project. We've had one already. I'm guessing there'll probably be more then. All right, let's try and figure this out again. Okay, so this goes here somewhere. There, that goes like this. This little piece goes up here. Okay, and that'll all come together when it's sewn with the seam allowances, and this piece goes there. All right, I think we got all those in the right spot. Hey, this is gonna go quick. Tomorrow we'll just sew all these pieces together, and you know what? I think I'm gonna get some Fabri-Solvi out, some of the sticky Fabri-Solvi embroidery stabilizer that I really like using, and I'm gonna just lay it on top of here and trace with a pencil through it. I'm not going to print it out or make a photocopy. I'm going to just straight up draw with a pencil, because you can trace through the Fabri-Solvi really easily. So it's nice even if you can't, even if you aren't printing it, you can still trace through it. So I'm going to just trace probably this upper piece, and I'll trace this lower piece, and then we'll stick both of those on, and then I'll start stitching. So we might even get that far tomorrow. I mean, this isn't going to take all that long, especially I got rid of all these little pieces down here, you know what I mean? So, yeah, mine's kind of running off. So let's see if it looks like the little ruler. There. Oh, it totally looks like him. I think I'll do the black numbers like this too. You know what? Maybe I'll even put the numbers down here like this. I'll probably keep it like the pattern. You know, I like to, you know, I already changed the pattern a little. I shouldn't change the pattern too much. And we're probably going to change those numbers too. So I might, you know, we'll change a few things. But I really like how these little florals are turning out. It's kind of fun. All right, guys, I'm going to flip you around. That is how far we're getting tonight. All right. Thanks again, guys, for being here again, just to see how little these pieces are. They are tiny, tiny pieces. It's going to be fun, though. I'm excited when we sew it together because, you know, right now they're the 1.5 inches, but they're going to end up being, you know, just 1 inch once the seam allowance is there. So then it'll look much more like my ruler, just nice and skinny. I think my ruler is probably 3/4 of an inch wide, but you know, it'll be close. I'm excited about this one. It's super cute. I'm like way excited about the cute today. I don't know. It's kind of awesome. So, all right, we will test out that add a quarter ruler once we get another paper piecing project in here too. So, look forward to that. And I'm gonna research that laser too. You know, we're working on getting this scant quarter down, and you know, we've tried a few things, and maybe why not try a laser? So, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow night. It will be Monday, first day of the week, work week again. I hope you all guys have a great day tomorrow and have a nice evening tonight. Thanks so much for coming in. I'll be here again tomorrow. Good night.